best things about going into the office, aside from those casual Fridays that we just talked about, conversations you have with your coworkers. So what happens when you quit your 9 to 5 and start to miss it all? Well, if you're influencer, Tefi Pessoa, you move those conversations online. Teffy's millions of followers love her unfiltered opinions and the kind of advice you might get from a best friend. Now she's bringing her viral hot takes to a new pop culture podcast in partnership with The Cut called Tefi Talks. I am so pleased to say she is here with us now.
I've been excited all morning. Yes, a true follower, Teffy.
I woke up this morning like this, today's the day.
Yes, we love that energy. So I was listening to your first podcast episode this morning on the way to work. You talk about this concept of the work bestie, which spoke to my soul.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to do the podcast? I mean, you've been so successful on social media.
Thank you so much. Mom, did you hear that? I mean, I've always worked as like a receptionist or an administrative assistant, and I remember just having those like go-to people that like if you're in a meeting and somebody says something just ridiculous going like that, you just know.
Clock it. We're gonna talk about this later.
Yes, and like some of those people, it's so funny too, like your work bestie is someone that like knows everything about you and you might get a happy hour, but like they've never like seen your apartment or like, you know what I mean?
It is a weird
like
relationship.
Why would they text me on Saturday? Like that's like, or if I saw you at the grocery store, I'd be like, hey, but that's like your girl. And I miss that kind of like secret community almost. And the people around us that we also talk, I think also being in pop culture, the way that we talk about people we don't know is also maybe the way that we talk about ourselves. And I think at work when I was an assistant or a receptionist, instead of being like, oh, maybe I'm going through this right now, I would say like, did you hear what Selena Gomez said? And see if they were like, that crazy girl, like what does she have to complain about? I'd be like, okay, maybe this isn't a person to trust. So I've been using pop culture for so long to kind of weed out my people and who is and who isn't. So I thought, what a perfect way to like start a podcast in like my true form, a nosy, maybe a little insecure gossip. And that's like what I wanna do. And I don't wanna talk about like my personal life. I wanna maybe change the way people talked about women during Y2K. I was a teenager. I know I don't look it, but I was like
You're
15.
5 right now? Yeah.
Yes, I'm about 5'6" soon. And my podcast is a 10.
Nice.
But I remember the way we talk about Amanda Bynes. I always say, like, how would we have remembered Britney Spears if there wasn't social media?
Yeah.
So I kind of want to maybe bring a little bit more humanity to pop culture, and I want to let go of perfectionism a lot. I think, like, we should laugh at ourselves more. I'm not a pilgrim. I'm not Buddha. I've made mistakes.
I mean, you're so big on social media, and so many people look to social media to see what they think they want to be, and that can sometimes have a dark side, right?
Yes.
Like, how do you reconcile that?
No, all the women I've looked up to my whole life have made tremendous mistakes, and I admire them because of what they did afterwards. And I think this obsession with being perfect is really getting in the way of young people, like, and I'm also very young, but like people in college or high school, young adults making mistakes. Like some of the most rewarding moments of my life are like after I've made a huge mistake. I think that's like character.
Yep.
But sometimes online, a girl will be like, can you believe my boyfriend cheated on me? And I'm like, well, you're 16 and in Miami, so yes. like
that reality check. I'm like, well, maybe.
Yes. And I think mistakes are things that everybody makes mistakes, but also some of my best like jokes or ways for me to connect with people. If I was a perfect person, I don't think people would like me.
Yeah.
They'd think I'm obnoxious. We all know that person that's like, he never makes a mistake. That in Bridesmaids, you do? Like that. You do? Like, we don't want that.
It's so true though. I mean, mistakes, like that's where the learning comes from. That's where the plot comes from. Really quickly, someone who has gone from mistake to comeback, Lindsay Lohan. You talked about her on your podcast. Give me your take.
A fellow Cancer. She is proof that with enough time, like people become the person they're always meant to be. And I think to judge someone, if I was 19 years old and a millionaire, I would have done much worse. I love that. Much worse.
God, she looks incredible.
She looks incredible. I know.
Dubai is looking good on her.
I love her interview where she's like, it's beet juice. And
what did she say it was?
Beet juice.
Beet juice.
But then
And water.
And water. And she's like, and also a little Botox. I'm like, that's.
Right,
She said that?
Yes.
She
We
said that? I
can't
love
be
it.
gatekeeping our beauty secrets.
No.
Okay, we got to get out
Looks too
there with
good.
this. Well, the first episode of Tefi Talks is out now. You can find it on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify.